Hey, how you doing, guys? It's Ilya here. I do coding stuff on YouTube. Check the description for all my information. I do all LeetCode problems. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Give me big thumbs up to support it. And this is called RLE Iterator, right? An iterator that iterates through a run length encoded sequence. The iterator is initialized by RLE iterator, the array of integer a, where a is a run length encoding of some sequence. More specifically, for all even I, this element tells us the number of times that the non-negative integer value I plus 1 is repeated in the sequence. The iterator supports one function, nextN, which exhausts the next n elements and is greater than or equals to 1, and returns the last element exhausted in this way. If there is no element left to exhaust, next returns -1 instead. For example, we start with a here, and which is a run length encoding of the sequence 88855. This is because the sequence can be read as 3 8s, 3 8s, and 0 9s and 2 5s, 2 5s. As you can see, there is an example. We start with this sequence, then we call next to exhaust two terms of the sequence, returning 8. The remaining sequence is now 855, and then we call next one exhaust one term of the sequence, returning 8. The remaining sequence is now 55. Next one again, exhaust one term of that sequence, return 5. The remaining sequence is now 5. And again we return 2, exhaust two terms, returning -1. This is because the first term exhausted was 5, but the second term did not exist. Since the last term exhausted does not exist, we return -1. There is extra information here. Well, let's start coding. I'll explain it to you how to do that problem. First off, you need to create an array that will contain the sequence of these elements. So we need to create p pointer. We start left, we start moving forwards, left to right, and we start at from the index 0, and we need to set up array to a and p equals to 0. Next, you need to remember that the function exhausts the next n elements. N is greater than or equals to 1. So here we need to create, you see, right? So here you need to create a while loop. You say n is greater than 0, and pointer is less than array.length. We need to take the first element. I mean, at each iteration we say like array at p, then array at p equals, we check if n is greater than array at p, this element. We need to return, we need to set up to 0, otherwise array at p, we say -n. We say we say n. Yeah, we say array at p -n. And here n equals to, as you can see, each, like, the element at position I tells us the number of times that the non-negative integer value I plus 1 is repeated in the sequence. So n means the number of times non-negative integer value I plus 1 is repeated in this sequence. So just number of times at the next iteration, you know. So we just say n if n is greater than current at is greater than the element initially, we need to say n minus current. Otherwise, we set up to 0 because there is no element left to exhaust. And also we need to set up a new pointer if n equals to 0, means there is no element left to exhaust. We need to set up to the current pointer, otherwise pointer plus 2. And if we are we are not within bounds, means like n equals to 0 or just pointer is greater than array dot length or just equals, like whatever, we return if pointer is less than array dot length, we need to return array at p plus 1. And here you also need to remember that the length of that array is an even integer. And otherwise we return -1, like in this case, where since the last term exhausted does not exist, we return -1. That's it. That's the whole problem. Yeah, let's run this code. First try. Accepted, good. And submit. Nice, success. Thank you guys for watching. Leave your comments below. I want to know what you think, and follow me on Instagram, add me on Snapchat, subscribe to my channel, give me a big thumbs up to support it, and see you next time. Thank you. Bye.